We're going with the order established around 600 AD by Pope Gregory the Great.
He's so great.
And according to him, first up is pride, often referred to as the original sin.
But pride is one of those double-edged words. The good side is motivating, self-affirming, to be proud of your work, your kids, your identity. But then there's the ugly side of pride. Arrogance, narcissism, vainglory, which is Pope Gregory's word for it, a general inflated sense of superiority.
Ugly.
Very ugly.
Very. So where's this ugly, arrogant pride come from? Why have we evolved it? What is it good for? Enter evolutionary biologist, primatologist, and anthropologist, Dr Anna Machin.
Anna Machin's explanations.
The evolution of pride. Pride is all about display. Like a lot of other primates, we exist in a social hierarchy, and our position within that hierarchy determines our access to lots of survival critical resources like food, like water, like shelter, but most importantly, to mates. In humans, power tends to sit with money or occupation of territory. So quite often at the top of our hierarchy are billionaires and leaders of countries. So you maintain your position or even achieve that position by displaying to everybody how much you have, by boasting, by being prideful about how much you own and how much territory you control. You are not going to be very good at maintaining a position in the hierarchy if you're terribly shy and not very good at coming forward and displaying what you've got. So pride has continued because people who are prideful tend to achieve positions at the top of the hierarchy, tend to have more reproductive success, which means their prideful genes carry on down the generations.
The neuroscience.
Okay. Right, neuroscience. The neuroscience of pride. Pride is, at the first step, an unconscious emotion. So we see emotional centres of the brain in the striatum and the amygdala lighting up. But it also engages a conscious area of the brain in the medial prefrontal cortex. And that is an area of the brain that's really important in self-awareness and self-referential behaviour. We need that area of the brain to enable us to consider what we have and to be able to display what we're proud of. And what's really interesting is studies using transcranial magnetic stimulation, which allows us to scramble bits of the brain, which means they stop working. When we do that to that area of the brain, the medial prefrontal cortex, people lose their ability to be prideful and they actually become much more self-aware and they're able to assess where they stand more realistically and self-critically. We're also seem to be hardwired to be prideful because ultimately being prideful takes less brain energy than being humble. Because the brain is such an energy-hungry organ, anything that allows us to use less energy is the thing that's going to be preferred. So therefore, we prefer, or our brains prefer, to be prideful than they do to be humble. However, don't be fooled into thinking self-deprecation is the opposite of pride. If we stimulate that area of the brain, the medial prefrontal cortex, we also lose the ability to be self-deprecating. Meaning that self-deprecation isn't about being humble, it's just a different way of being arrogant, but we're trying to disguise it.
That was Anna Machin's explanations.
Is that all right?
It's funny that, isn't it? That being self-deprecating is still ultimately self-interested.
I guess you're still centering the chat around yourself and something that you've done. Like, oh, I did this thing.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
I did the thing.
Yeah.
It's a minefield.
It's a minefield. But I'll tell you someone who can get us out of this minefield.
Oh, is that a link, Becky?
Yeah, it's a segue. This guy.
Hi, I'm Ian Robertson, clinical psychologist and a neuroscientist. My most recent book is How Confidence Works, The New Science of Self-Belief, and I'm Emeritus Professor of Psychology at Trinity College in Dublin. Pride is an evaluation of yourself of something achieved, and that can be a very healthy, positive thing. You're proud of your self-sacrifice, you're proud of how you brought up your children, you're proud of your ability to conduct your business in an ethical way, you're proud of your scholarship, or you're proud of your craftsmanship. There is a kind of unhealthy pride, which is less authentic, when you really inflate your self-evaluation, where you see yourself as special because you're maybe better than other people in some dimensions.